Welcome to Fortnite College. In this video, we're going to be looking at capitalizing on enemies' mistakes. The clip we'll be looking at comes from one of my own games. I was playing a squad game with a couple of friends and I was able to come out on top. Despite this, we'll still be going over my mistakes as well as the enemies. So first, I'm going to let the raw footage play out for itself and then we can go back over it to see what I could have done better.
Oh, there's another squad.
There's two squads. One down.
You don't.
Nice shot. Alright, that's one squad. We got another one.
Oh
we gotta
my
help.
God, I'm dead.
There's three. Holy crap. Build!
Oh my God, where's this guy come from? I don't have a shotgun.
Can't even frickin' see you, dude.
It's under.
Look at this guy with that campfire.
Can't even do anything when I have a burst rifle up close.
Oh, I see one.
I think I saw you. Before a building collapses. Oh. Kids are gonna hit the sky limit. I think they're breaking it. You guys just shooting. You gotta. Oh, yep. Oh.
Oh,
Close.
this is built so fast.
They're breaking it. Yeah. Ooh. Wait. Oh, that was the
Destroyer.
The cheesy gamer. More like the cheesy builder.
And we're gonna stop it there. Let's rewind and see what I could have done better. So to give you a little bit of context, the only team that I'm aware of currently is the team that is by Shifty. The team on our left I am not aware of, so I am currently just building towards Shifty and planning to build myself like a little bit of elevation in order to fight them. After I hear the shot, you can see that I turn my attention to the team on the left side. The reason being is that I want to make sure that I have cover, and I can't quite see the team on the right yet, so I'm going to take care of these guys first in order to give myself more room to play with when I fight the other team.
Pink teddy bear, pink
The
teddy
fuck?
bear.
Oh, there's another squad.
One thing that you may not notice that I'm doing is that I'm cutting off line of sight of the other enemies so that if they decide to shoot me, they can't actually hit me. They need to hit the ramp that is blocking their way. I could have built a wall here to make it more secure, but nonetheless, I am giving myself cover so that I can shoot someone in the safest way as possible. The only thing I do not like is that I am not crouching because crouching gives you more accuracy. After finishing off the first enemy, I tried to push towards the second enemy, and I'm trying to do this relatively fast because we have two teams in this area, and we cannot afford to stay in the middle sandwiched between them for very long. After finishing off that duo, now I have more room to play with, so I'm going to move on to the next team. So I see them on the right side of the structure and I see them starting to push me, so I'm going to build up for high ground. Something I did not expect is the enemy to also contest for the high ground, and that creates a opportunity for him to punish me, because first, I did not expect him to actually contest the high ground, and second, my reaction to him being on the high ground was inappropriate. I should have built a wall as soon as I saw him building up for high ground to give myself cover and wait for an opportunity to punish him. Something I'd like to note here is that after getting punished, I start to panic, and the panicking tends to lead to me building poorly, and this is a very, very big mistake to make when you're in a build battle with someone, because if you make too many mistakes in a build battle, it makes it very easy for people to capitalize on it. And panicking is generally bad because it prevents you from thinking about your next move or planning ahead. At least for me it does. Unfortunately, in this case, it didn't cause me to die, but against a much better player, I would have gotten punished, especially here, because I'm not covering myself. I'm sort of just like building wherever, trying to regain the high ground without actually planning or thinking about my next build. I will say though, building the 1x1 to get up higher while covering myself is good. So even though I'm still sort of panicking, the thing I'm really looking for is opportunities to capitalize on my opponents. Perhaps they don't build above them, or I can catch a little bit of their hitbox and shoot them with a shotgun. But what I'm really looking for are opportunities to quickly use my shotgun and then give myself cover so that I don't take too much damage. So this is a good example of punishing someone in a build battle. You can see that he's left himself completely exposed, and I have a free shot on him since he's building upwards, and he's not going to be looking up at me as he's building, so I won't be taking any damage in return. Unfortunately, I do leave myself exposed a little bit too long because I'm trying to get extra damage in on him, and I think this greedy play would have gotten me killed if he got a better shot off on me. So I should have just been satisfied with the one shot I got, hid back into cover, and see if I had another opportunity to punish him. So because I'm still panicking a little bit here, I think I missed an opportunity to punish my opponent as he's trying to build up to me, but the idea is that I'm trying to maintain high ground so that I can more easily punish my opponents when they do give me opportunities to do so. So I figured that I'm going to be up here for a little while, so I figured why not just put down my campfire to give myself a little bit more health. And the only issue I have with this is that I'm completely exposed to any other direction or any other squad that wants to try and interfere. So if someone starts shooting me, I don't have any sort of cover I can go to. So I think I should have built a 1x1, possibly with a stair. I would still get the health if I was on the stair from the campfire. So I think that would have been a better alternative rather than just leaving it open like this. This is another good example of capitalizing on enemies' mistakes. You can see that he's building up the high ground to try and attack me, but in doing so he's left himself completely exposed, and he's not even looking at me, which makes this a very free shot for me to take. So same scenario in the last time that we paused, except that this opponent decides to build a roof to cover himself, so I wasn't able to deal damage to him for free like I did on the last opponent. One thing I don't think I do very well here in this example is that I'm not covering myself quick enough after I capitalize on my opponent's mistake, and it causes me to take a little bit of extra damage that I didn't need to take. After dealing damage to him, I should have built right away so that I prevented any incoming damage and possibly dying. Something that you might want to incorporate into your play is to always try to be in an advantageous position before attacking your enemy. If you can do this, then you'll likely put yourself in a position to succeed more often rather than playing on a even playing field. Always try to put yourself in a position where you have the advantage, and it'll make things a lot easier for yourself. So just a quick tip, if someone's loot is falling and you're trying to catch it, you can just build a wall here in order to stop it from falling, and I really need his loot because, as you can see on the right hand side, I only have 50 resources left, so I really need more resources from him. So part of the problem with staying so high for so long is people will eventually think to break your structure down, and breaking structures down is a very good way to reset the fight and also punish people who build up too high. So in this scenario I could have built stairs downwards, and that might have been more safe because I would have been moving towards the other structures, which gives me a little bit more elevation to land on rather than having to land on the ground. But as I'm falling, I decide to build stairs instead of a floor, which usually people will build the floor when they're going down a mountain, for example, because the stair gives you 1 unit of elevation, if that makes any sense, and that prevents me from taking more damage than I would have taken. And because I built a stair here, I took less damage, possibly saving my life. So these last 2 kills here are still me capitalizing on enemies' mistakes. The Dark Voyager was shooting a structure and I saw where he was based off of where he was shooting, so I took the opportunity to aggressively push on him and attack him from a closer angle to deal more damage while he was shooting a structure of mine. And the second guy, I saw him fall, and with third person I see that he's not really paying attention to me, so I take that opportunity to also attack him, and that makes for an easy squad wipe. So despite winning this, I hope that you're able to see the mistakes that I made in this video. A lot of people probably wouldn't look back on this and be like, oh, what could I have done better here, because they won the fight. But I think it's very important that you go over your games if you're looking to improve as a player. The mistakes that I made revolved around exposing myself too much, not building properly, and panicking a lot. And these 3 things could have gotten me killed if these players were more experienced in building and didn't expose themselves so much when they were trying to build upwards towards me. So I really hope that this video highlights some of the mistakes that not only me but the enemies made, and showed you a couple reasons why the fight turned out the way that it did. So I would like to thank you guys for watching. If you'd like to keep up with more Fortnite content, then subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click the bell in order to receive notifications. You can also join my Discord server, link is in the description. I've also started streaming consistently on Twitch, so if you'd like to come watch me play some Fortnite or hang out, then the link will also be in the description. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.